Hey y'all, it's Mr. Allen back again with another video. Any sport you would show to the channel would be much appreciated today. With that, let's get right into it. Today we're going to be talking about a bit of a downer topic, a bit of a sadder topic today. Unfortunately, there's been a tragedy in the anime and manga community, and even in the gaming community, you would say. Akira Toriyama has unfortunately passed away, and I share all my condolences. And of course, everyone that is a fan of him, of course, feels for that right now. And um, even myself, and I think that's what this video is trying to process that. Just because, I feel like a lot of the things he worked on is about to change, whether that's Dragon Ball or Dragon Quest. And with that, I want to advert from talking about any sad or unfortunate stuff because he did a lot of great work in his life, and I wanna focus on that and talk about that for a minute here, and that's really what this video is about, and talking about how legendary he was in particular. Dragon Quest is a amazing video game series, JRPGs that have been, spanning just as long as Final Fantasy, and is almost as well received and famous as Final Fantasy. Of course, the series is iconic for having the iconic Dragon Ball art style and having its own iconic characters and designs and whatnot. Even in recent years, throughout time, just iconic gameplay in the realm of JRPGs as well. And while I am not the hugest Dragon Quest fan, because I just haven't played a lot of them, especially a lot of the old school ones. I think I've only ever played two or three of them ever personally, and I've never been able to personally finish one. I'm currently messing with Dragon Quest 11 right now, and that's the one I'm messing with. I have recently invested some time in a Dragon Quest anime, the one they do have, Adventures of Dai or whatnot. Hey y'all, it's Mr. Allen here from a later point in time. Today, I just wanted to intersect here and edit this into the video because I've been recently checking out another piece of Akira Toriyama's work that I kind of left out of the video and just had almost forgotten, not entirely, but almost had forgotten about, and I found myself looking it up and trying to figure out exactly what I was remembering from my childhood, some game that had that Dragon Ball art style, and it was called Blue Dragon, and it was like an Xbox 360 Microsoft exclusive title back in the day, and I remember it was one of the first games I played on the Xbox 360, right alongside, I want to say it was like one of the OG Naruto games that was on the Xbox 360 that I played with it. But this was the other game I played a lot, and I felt the need to mention this game just because of how big of an impact it had on me as a kid and how I still did end up remembering it, despite it was the only one of its kind and it didn't have any sequels. But I did recall that it had a pretty awesome anime as well, and I just went back and I've been checking out that content a bit, just reminiscing on all of his old work, and I just felt the need to mention Blue Dragon because of how unique the world was and how unique the game was. We have Akira Toriyama's amazing art with the gameplay mechanics of past Final Fantasy game makers, and that's really why I felt the need to mention this here, is because this is him getting to work with actual other pioneers of the JRPG genre, and of course, as I mentioned with Dragon Quest earlier, he himself is one, and this kind of plays back into that. And I just think that the Blue Dragon game is definitely and anime are both worth checking out, and definitely a cult classic. I really ended up feeling kind of bad leaving it out because of how good it is, and I just think that the blend of the work they did together, those creators in this game, whether it's the writing, the art, or the world itself, the game's awesome. I always wanted like a sequel or a remaster or even a remake in modern technology, just because I think it would do really well. It would be really cool to see, and again, that world was just awesome. And again, I just felt, I needed to mention Blue Dragon, so I figured I'd intersect here and put this in the video, and this was another great thing he really worked on and something that I found to be really memorable. I know it's a recreation of like an older one. Overall, just overall, I feel like that game series is awesome, and he definitely, at least artistically helped pioneer JRPGs. And with that, let's get into Dragon Ball, because that's a whole nother thing, and a whole nother thing he's legendary for. The Dragon Ball manga all the way up to the end of like the Dragon Ball Z content was absolutely legendary. Always will hold a close place in my heart, especially the Dragon Ball Z anime specifically. I grew up on the Dragon Ball Z and the Dragon Ball Z Kai animes, and I even Dragon Ball GT, the original Dragon Ball, and even the newer stuff all holds a real place in my heart, and I think it's one of the it's your staple shonen anime. It shows you step by step how to make a shonen anime. Basically, it has everything you want from a battle shonen. Great fight choreography. Never-ending power level system. Great transformations. Everything you could want. On top of an iconic art style, just an iconic anime art style that is almost irreplaceable. You don't really you don't see a lot of art similar to his that is not trying to particularly replicate his. You don't see a lot of original styles be that unique. So it's always great to see, and his in particular just spits out iconic characters, whether it's Goku or Vegeta or Piccolo or Krillin or Bulma or if we're going Dragon Quest, we could go the new protagonist from Dragon Quest 11. We could go the old protagonist from Dragon Quest 8. Always comes to mind is the protagonist from Dragon Quest 3. So you know what I mean. He's known for these iconic designs, this iconic art. I think he will always go down in history for that, and he's a real legend for that. And anyone that hasn't given Dragon Ball or Dragon Quest a chance, and they like things like medieval fantasy RPGs that are like Dragon Quest or battle power shonens like Dragon Ball, I would definitely suggest you to give it a check out and give it a chance because some really legendary stuff. And as far as going forward on these projects, whether it's Dragon Quest 12 or Dragon Ball Super or future Dragon Ball projects, I just hope they handle it with care. Don't tarnish this man's legacy is all I'm saying. I'm sure he had specified whether he wanted these things to live on, and I'm sure they will. I don't see a Dragon Ball ending tomorrow, but it's sad to see that he will no longer be able to personally be able to be hands on these projects, and that means so much to so many people, and myself included, because I grew up with Dragon Ball. I Whether it's the video games like Raging Blast and Budokai Tenkaichi 3, or it's the animes. I grew up with it, and it's very close to my heart, and I felt the need to make a video to just to kind of vent that out and to talk about how great this man's content was. Just kind of give my opinion on it overall on the channel, and let y'all know how I'm feeling, and y'all let me know what y'all think about this down below, and think about Dragon Ball and Dragon Quest, and what do you think they're gonna end up doing with the properties, and with that, that'll be the whole video.